Oh,
Look at that.
my God.
So I need to apologize for me stuttering earlier in the
That's okay.
in the opening of the segment, but actually,
Just because you have money, apologize accepted.
apologize. Okay, okay.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it actually sorted out and settled as long as I have money.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So look at me. I'm quite charming, muscular, and have a lot of money. Not to be mistaken with Harvey Muiz. I'm not.
Can we stop this?
But welcome back to
Welcome
See
back.
the Ramadan Stories. This is the signature segment of the 3-hour news show. I want to tell a story with you, Alia. So I just
Yeah.
received my monthly salary and
Ooh.
religious allowance,
Wow.
as we call it, THR in
Yeah,
Indonesian.
yeah.
So I would usually give salam tempel or cash handshake to others in Eid al-Fitr day. But now I
Very
want to give some
generous.
money for your children. So these
Seriously?
are for Rania, Raima, and Rashid. Okay.
Wow, this is like so
Yeah.
so thick. How
Can you
much
see?
is this?
So one
you
pack
sure?
of this should be like 10 million rupiah.
Okay, Hans, are you sure about this?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a lot of money. Are you sure? Because maybe you have other expenses, like you want to travel somewhere, maybe there are emergency
Sure.
expenditures.
I still have more.
Oh my God.
Why not? Giving it.
I hope he's not making a second chance about this. I mean, second thoughts.
Second thoughts. Well, I might have second thoughts, but not anymore now.
Okay.
I might have a cold feet, but yeah.
Okay. All right then. If you said so, now you should think about that actually.
Why?
That is why we need to manage our salary and religious allowance wisely so we can still meet our needs after Eid Mubarak and after Eid actually and have some money for something urgent. So for this, we have invited an expert to talk about these subjects.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you and I need to learn more about this, right? Before I give this to my 3 Rs, please welcome certified financial planner Muty Djuhari. Come in, Mbak Muty.
Hi, Muty. Thank you so much for being here.
Please.
Come.
How are you?
Nice.
Hi.
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you
It's
so
my
much. Please
pleasure.
have a seat.
Are you hot? No?
I thought it was for me.
Well,
This is only for the kids, right?
Actually, I'm giving it to Alia's children.
Yeah.
For Alia's 3 children.
Yes.
And she said
Thank you,
that
Aunt.
I should be actually...
Uncle Hans.
Yeah, so you're welcome.
You
in
should be
advance.
what?
I should be aware and be cautious
Yeah.
of my expenditures during the Eid holiday, because I know I just got my religious allowance, my bonuses, and also my salary. So much as well, I want to give it out for my relatives. In this case, Alia's children. But
Yeah.
she said I have to be cautious. Why?
So, first question is, how can you spend your religious allowance, your bonus, and your salary that comes at the same time before Eid, right? You feel like there's a lot of money in your bank account, but
Suddenly, I felt rich.
exactly, not as rich as Harvey movies.
No,
yeah.
not as rich as him.
For a moment, yes.
For a moment. How much is a moment? Like a day, and then disperse.
I don't know. For some people, maybe they already have spent all of them last weekend.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
that was what we were talking about.
Yeah, because I've seen my friends' stories. Like they've been going to this mall, that mall, and like, they're spending a lot for Eid. And actually, you know what? THR and bonus that come together, all together, like in last week. It's actually can be used for the span of 1 year. Can you believe that?
Wait, 1 year.
1 year. Okay.
I know, right?
Okay, so on that note, I want to know, and I want you to share with us, should people separate their monthly salary and religious holiday allowance or THR and make a separate budget for Eid celebration? Since you said earlier the religious allowance and also bonuses that they received last week should be able to cover for 1 year supply.
Because you know what? Your monthly take-home pay, your regular salary, is actually used for your regular expenses, like operational or gas, transportation,
Groceries.
Yes, exactly. But when it comes to THR and bonus, maybe you didn't get bonus last week, but maybe in the next month, next few months, it's actually can be used for the annual spending. You know, tax like for your house taxes, your car taxes, and also for holidays, for Idul Kurban. You know, 2 months after Eid.
You're not gonna get any more bonus.
Yeah. how can you get that big chunk of money in 1 year
In a split second.
in a split second, and then you have to like allocate those things that you need to pay for the rest of the year.
Of the year. So it's for a 12-month managing the 12-month expenditure with
Yeah.
that one-time bonus, right? Okay, so how much money can we allocate out of that chunk of bonus, THR,
also,
and income? How many percentage,
salary.
for example? Yeah.
Well, there's no fixed amount of how much you can spend for Eid or Idul Fitri because it all depends on every individual and family on their situation, and actually how much you earn and how much you owe. Like if you still have any debts and you have to pay for it, you have to prioritize to pay for it first before you go spending, allocate the spending for Eid preparation.
Okay.
Okay, so you get a THR, allocate that for to pay debts if you have any,
Yeah.
or if you don't have any debts, you can prioritize for savings, like pay yourself first. That's like the main principle of financial planning.
And also remember that if you have kids, the next time around you come back after the Eid holidays, that's going to be very close to the new academic year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I did not
New
think about
academic
that.
year.
Yes.
School fees, guys.
No, for mothers like Alia would be so cautious on that note.
But thank you so much for the bonus.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Are you sure? Are you
Yeah,
sure?
he's still
now?
sure. Don't
I might have a cold
Make
feet
him think
later.
twice.
I might have a cold feet later. But Muty, in this case, you were saying about prioritizing. So the first one would be the debt.
Yeah.
You have to pay all the debts, or whether it's credit card debts and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Maybe
Installment.
house loans or something.
House loans.
Well,
Car loan.
talking about house loans, it's actually already already allocated like monthly.
salary, from your
Yes, from your
salary.
salary. I mean, like, and the interest rate is like still lower
Yeah,
than
yeah.
consumptive credits.
Okay, okay.
So I think it's okay. You just like go. You just do it lah.
Now, walk us through the technicalities on managing the priorities when it comes to the expenditure during the month of Ramadan. So you were saying that the first priority would be to settle your debt first.
Yes.
And then after that, you would want to pay yourself as a saving. But and after that, you can also pay for the other expenses. How many percentages that we should actually put in each priorities?
I cannot tell like how much percentage because, like I said, every family has different way of living and have different prioritization. Prioritizing. So priority. I mean, okay. So that's why. Let's say you have like you still have debts. You can allocate like 30 to 50% to actually like let's just
Cut it.
Cut it.
Cut it short.
30 to 50, that's enough.
So
That's
this
good enough.
is this from the salary or from,
From
the
the
total?
THR, from the THR.
From the THR.
Okay, so-
only from the religious allowance.
Yeah, so we separate the monthly salary way up aside from the THR because the monthly salary you use it like for your daily
Should cover
expenses.
for the monthly
it's
operations.
already set.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the THR. This is like the extra money you
The
have.
extra money, yes.
And this is actually for your Eid, for Idul Fitri, and also for family expenses.
So 50%, 30 to 50%
For debt.
to
For the
the
debts.
debts, and the other 50%.
And the rest you can use it for savings, also for Idul Kurban.
Idul Kurban, which is
Okay,
1.5 months from
2 months away from Idul Fitri, and then the rest you can spend for food, clothing, and also for gifts during the Idul Fitri.
Hampers and all that.
Hampers, and also that cash handshake.
That's cash handshake.
Okay.
Yeah, are you sure it's already in your
Do
budget?
not make him think twice, please. But can you provide us
Okay.
examples on how to wisely manage the money? Because when it comes to Ramadan and Eid, you have a lot of expenditures. You want to give to your parents, you want
Yes.
to give to your relatives that are in need. I mean, apart from the mandatory alms or
Yes.
the zakat.
Yeah,
right?
zakat.
Yes, and also your homecoming travels, let's say.
Exactly.
And also new clothes and other things.
And also annual expense for your kids, your school.
Yeah.
Kids' school.
So when it comes to that for Eid and giving money to your parents, alms and stuff like that, should we take from the rest of 50% of the THR, or we got it from the other areas of our salary?
If you still have extras from your salary, then so be it.
So prioritize getting it out from your salary first.
I don't think so, because like I said, if you're giving money to your parents and your nieces, relatives during the Eid al-Fitr, it should be taken from the THR, because like I
So
said,
not from your salary.
yes.
Right, because the salary is already set, as you mentioned, for
Yeah.
any kind of expenses. Okay.
I see.
Now, can we avoid overspending? Because during the month of Ramadan as well, prices are higher usually, and you want to shop for everything. You want to shop for new phones, new branded bags, I don't know.
Of course,
New
like,
anything.
This
Yeah.
is
gadgets.
as hard as getting the world out of pollution. Right? So this is like very hard. This is
Very hard, very hard.
I see. Okay, it's so easy to get carried away, especially when you have that much money. That
Tell me about it.
And also a lot of sales everywhere.
sales everywhere. Like last weekend and next weekend, there's gonna be a midnight sale.
Oh yes,
Midnight sale.
yes, around Senayan, around Gandaria, and also around Casablanca area. It was horrible.
Very,
Yeah.
very fruitful information.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
so
how can we do this?
okay, so if you are like, let's think about Eid al-Fitr as a moment to be together with your family, with your relatives, and it's like it's so nice if you have like extra money to give them, like gifting or cash handshake to your nephews and nieces. But I think it's need to be set within a limit.
How much is the limit set?
Oh my God.
Like I said, it all depends on your budget.
Okay, so let's say if you have a THR
Like
of
20% maybe.
5 million,
20%.
so only 1 million, 20%.
And let's ask that yourself, would that be enough, right? It's gonna be.
You have like a 50 nephews and
See?
nieces and
Yeah, I have a friend who has like 12 siblings, so maybe like 50 nephews and nieces all together, while she only had one kid.
That's unfair, right?
Right?
No,
Because
that's
the kid,
very-
yeah.
that's so unfair.
Right,
So
right.
unfair.
Okay, so whether it's enough or not, you have to
Set your limit.
be enough of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to get yourself to get fulfilled with anything that you have in your hand at that moment.
Yes, because you don't want to stretch your budget, because you still have months to live.
True.
You still have like those annual spending
True.
that you need to pay for.
And this also goes for the non-Muslims, let's say. They get it at the same time
Yeah.
as
But they're using it for the Christmas
Yes.
or
and
maybe
year-end, yeah.
for the Chinese New Year. It's
Yeah.
next year.
Yes, next year.
Yeah.
And also with like the other festivities like Christmas and also New Year's and the Lunar New Year,
Yeah.
people are sending hampers. Now, is it necessary to send hampers when it comes to sending networks and
Yeah,
also
yeah, that's-
extending the respects and stuff
That's
like
the
that?
essence of it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not about you have to send something, but you just want to make sure that your clients or your networkings are
Yeah.
still being
Is
appreciated.
it necessary?
Yes. Okay. If sending hampers is something that you think necessary and it's good for silaturahmi and you can afford it, then go for it. But
If you can afford it.
if you can afford, so there's no. Let's not give ourselves a burden of like there's a obligation to to send back the not to send back the hampers, but also to like sending hampers to those who already given us. But yeah, I think when you still have like a lot of debts or you have other priorities, like you have to fix your house, you have a sick family member that you need to take care of.
Yeah.
That's your priority.
I don't think that you have to.
Send
And, no-
hampers.
and nobody's going to get angry when they don't get anything in return
Exactly.
after
Exactly.
sending something to the friend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, on a Eid tradition, and Hans really understands it so well.
Yeah.
Eid tradition is giving salam tempel or cash handshake.
True,
Especially
and
to the kids.
yes, and I'm not going to take it back from Alia, but we now have the data of cash handshake. Let's
Yes.
see on the big screen.
Let's see it.
So this is Mbak Muty. This is actually the data,
The data where
on the
Indonesian
handshake.
people would spend on the handshake.
Yes, so on the left side, we see ahead of Eid, 68% of people have a habit of giving cash handshake to relatives.
68%.
And amount of cash handshake usually given,
Some people are giving it
Below
less than
500,000.
500,000, but only
Okay.
23%.
yo, who
Yeah,
would
only
want to give
23%.
500,000?
500? No, I mean you budgeted only 500,000
I see.
for
Okay.
everyone that you need
All
to
right.
give, right?
So-
Or some people choose between 500,000 to 1 million. That accounts for 31% of the community, or to the study here, and also 28% would spend a million, between a million and 2.5 million, and the rest 23% above 2.5 million to
Wow.
be given out as handshake money.
And throughout the year, the cash handshake that I got, are
getting more and
depleting
more.
You
from
still
year
got?
to year.
You still got? You still get?
No, not actually. Up to when I was in college, so I was like 20 or 21. The amount of money
How
that
much
I
did you
got
receive?
was only like what 170-ish.
In total.
In total, I was
Yeah.
like, I was so sad because back
Kids
when I was
nowadays
like
might get-
only
yeah.
5 to 7 year old, I would get like more than 500,000
Yes,
in my
yes.
pocket.
Yeah,
only in my
that's right.
pocket. Although eventually I gave it to my mom, and my mom would use it for us to
others,
eat
yes.
at the fast food restaurant. Or mom, you did not spend it well. It was junk food.
So maybe Hans, nowadays when you give out handshake money, it also depends on what age are they. So how much
Yeah.
do we need to give, like for, let's say, for a toddler, for a elementary school student or age, for the bigger or older?
Yes. Do we have any standard for
Do you have
that?
any standard? Or teenagers?
Like the teenagers should be given only like 1,000 bill.
Or
2,000.
2,000.
2,000 bill.
We still have that.
Yeah, we do have.
We do.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, for a teenage, would that be appropriate, do you think? Or we shouldn't think it that way?
We shouldn't think it that way. Let's just like, let's say, 100,000 or 200,000 each kid. I think that's like proper. Or sometimes, if like, I once gave my nephews and nieces like a quarter grams of gold.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
I just wanna like
Educate them.
educate them about
Yeah, at the same
investment.
time.
About investment.
Yeah.
That is actually
So maybe
smart.
what other forms other than cash that is good enough to
Yeah.
be given out to your maybe nephews or nieces?
Actually,
goal.
if they're already like 17 or 18 years old, they're eligible to open a
Bank account.
mutual fund
Mutual
account.
fund.
Yeah, I think mutual fund is another alternatives that is
Whoa.
other than just like bank account. You just like give money, but it's in mutual fund you can like educate them also about the returns
Yeah.
or
That's actually a
And
very
it's-
good idea.
That is,
It's mind
and you don't
blowing.
spend it in it,
yeah,
just
you
like
don't
that.
spend you don't spend the cash, but you invest it.
You invest.
Invest. Oh wow.
Is it common enough though? Is it only you, or is it common
because you
enough
are
already?
actually a certified financial
Yeah.
planner, or it is actually even getting more common in these days
Yeah.
of Indonesia.
I hope it's getting more common, yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
crypto or something like that.
Not
Not
that.
crypto, no.
Not that.
Or probably
What
this is actually the sign for you to actually think of that
Alternatives.
kind of cash handshake
Yeah.
to give to your nephews or nieces who are actually in the eligible age of
Yes.
investing.
Yes. That's
Right? So I told you about how I gave all the cash handshake money to my mom.
To your parents, yeah.
To my parents, and we spent it on the junk food. But now, it might sound very, very petty, very funny, but it is actually worth knowing as a parent, how do we manage? As a parent, how do we manage their money and giving understanding to the children? Because this is also important.
Yes, because actually kids also can learn about money since a very young age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So And parents should not take away their money and use it for
Their own benefit.
Yes.
Oh, for their own benefit.
For their
But
own
what about if it's for the kids' benefit?
Yeah, it's actually it's exactly that, for that purpose and that purpose only. So maybe the mother or the father can open up a bank account or like a sub account in their main account. So it's for the kids' allowances, the kids' THR and everything. So by the time they are old enough, like, mom, can I spend money? Can I use the money for something I've been wanting to have, like that? It's their money, so they
because
earn it.
before this, there was this arguments or there was this discussion about whether the parents are eligible enough to decide on what to spend it with.
With that cash
And-
handshake money.
Exactly, but from your point of view, it should be with the understanding
Yes.
and the
Discussion. Let's discuss with the
permission.
kids. Yes, because it's their money anyway. Okay, they don't have the knowledge and the skill set to use the money, but they're actually looking at their parents, like how they handle money.
No, I feel so
they
simple.
take care of money.
So we need to invite them to a discussion
Yes.
on how they want to spend the money and give the better understanding if they want to spend it into something, I don't know, in vain, something like that.
Maybe for the future.
Maybe for holidays, maybe
Probably.
maybe for a new gadget.
Probably, and also some pocket money if they want to,
Yes.
to sustain it after the long Eid al-Fitr holiday, right?
Yes, exactly.
So we were talking about expenses from the beginning of the show. Can you think of other expenses or other expenditures that might happen during this Eid homecoming season?
Oh, well, of course, the homecoming itself, like
travel.
when we need to travel, like we need to buy airplane tickets or train tickets, and also maybe what else?
Other preparations.
Yeah, other preparations like to decorate your house.
Yeah.
Like my neighbor is actually like repainting their
Well,
house
yeah,
because
true,
I think they're going
yes.
to have an open house. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, and also for homecoming, for travels, for
What about for other emergency situations, like for
emergencies? Yeah, of course, emergencies. Don't forget to add some money to your emergency
Funds.
emergency funds account. But also, some people would love to like buy new cars, buy new gadgets.
when they visit the relative's house, they
Yes.
come with a new car.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think
status.
It's a status, like,
Yeah.
but who are you trying to impress? though?
Exactly.
Yourself.
That is actually the key word. Who are you trying to impress?
Exactly.
It's not your bank account.
So that should be the first question you ask to
that should be the
yourself.
first question. So is it safe to get the money for the Eid homecoming and everything, those necessities for Eid al-Fitr holiday from an online lending?
It's not wise to do that.
All right.
wise.
So, yeah,
not
it's
wise.
not wise to get anything from the online lending platform.
All right. Okay, since Hans is not thinking twice about this, I'll accept this. And I'll educate
Yes.
my children of how to invest this money, maybe for their future needs. Okay, before we go though, before we say goodbye, we want to ask you again.
Will I be having a cold feet?
Going once.
Going twice.
Maybe just how?
Just one.
Okay.
Okay. That's all right. That's all right. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, Muty, thank you so much for being here.
So much.
It's a very fruitful discussion
Yes.
and also conversation.
Very educating.
When it comes to your funds during the Eid al-Fitr holiday. And also, please educate us more, probably in your social media. How can we find you in your socials?
You can find me on Instagram, but I'm not really talking about personal finance there.
Okay.
It's okay.
They can just,
and if we want to reach you, how do we reach you?
You can follow me at Instagram. The handle is at Muts, MYUTS.
At MYUTS. All right. So you can find Muty over there for more info on financial, although it's not personal financial, but you can actually DM her for more suggestions. And for the next, See the Ramadan Stories will continue after the break, and we will talk about more things revolving the holidays, so please do not go anywhere.
Yeah. Don't try to impress yourself.